Hi everybody. Oh, we gotta fix that lighting. There we go. Oh, you can see me now. And I don't have a filter, I promise. There's no makeup on besides the eyeliner and lipstick. Anywho, I am here at an event that's wrapping up at the Hangout, so my background's gonna look a little bit different. You might see a little bit of my open sign behind me. I know we're part of the way through February already, guys. I am so sorry. Not really sorry, because we had so much energy going on from the moon and from planetary other things, and a lot of shifts happening, a lot of energies blowing through. I started a new blog. It's called Holy Shit, and it is on WordPress. I will put the link to it down below. So what would the angels like us to keep in mind in the month of February? What should we know? What will help us get through any kind of transitions? Oh, one's already popped out. And what we have here is claircognizance. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. My cards look old because this is my oldest Versus deck ever. Over a decade old. Oh my god. And they are just so special to me. So this is Archangel Uriel, and pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as their answered prayers. I was telling someone the other day that it's not really an ideal energetic time to start something new, such as taking a class or just new. Don't start anything new. Learn anything new. This is about taking old ideas and old lessons and putting them to work, putting them into practice, really applying them. It's not that the universe is really trying to test you really hard, it's just that it's time to show what we've learned so that we can get to the next phase. And a lot of us are moving to another phase if you do the work. That's going to be the key to everything, if you do the work. Which means for a lot of people there's some career transitions coming up. Archangel Shamuel, I might say that wrong. Everybody pronounces things differently. Bear with me. So, Archangel Shamuel, your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. This goes with the what? Ideas. You get a great idea, or you had a great idea, and guess what? It's time to put it into practice. You don't have to just up and quit your job tomorrow and go, screw this, I'm going to go open my business. I mean, you could if you want to. Totally your choice. You can't say, oh, she said to go quit my job. Don't do it. Make sure you have stable footing before you go and just jump ship. Okay, we still live in human realm, and human realm has their own rules. So, ideas triggering a career transition. Some people look at career and they think, oh, well, getting paid for a certain kind of talent, or they look at it as something that's W-2 related. God doesn't work on those kind of terms. The universe doesn't work on those kind of terms. Yes, you could get compensated for what you do, but it might not be in the form of a W-2. That wasn't supposed to rhyme, but it did. I got bars. So, people are also going to start getting more cued into their life purpose. So again, it's not always about literally working another job. Sometimes it's about realizing what you love to do and implementing it more, or even making a transition within your career, like excelling. I'm hearing so many great stories from so many people that are taking more steps in their careers, new ideas. And again, I said don't do anything new, like no brand spanking new, but working in something and applying what you've known actually could bump you up in a job, or it could give you an idea that bumps you up in a job, or bumps you into the area in which you have your job and then you have your career, what you love to do, or what's close to your heart. At least that's how I separate them both so that people can understand what the difference is in my mind when I use those terms. So they're telling me it's time to pull another card. Some people go, oh my God, I'm going to be rich. And you might. But it might also be prosperity in the form of happiness. It might be prosperity in the form of friends, new friendships. It might be prosperity in the form of home security. And it might be a prosperity in the form of an abundance of health. It's just about an abundance. This one, though, your material needs are provided as you follow into your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. Wow, guys, looks like we're going to be really career focused this month. Very much trying to work our way up, and what a perfect card to pull. I love pulling victory. It's one of my favorite cards. Look at him. He's so great. He's sounding the alarm, guys. Do the work. Do the work. Do the work. Work on yourself. And by working on yourself, things around you fall into place, and you get where you need to be. So, you got this idea rolling around. You either implemented it or in the process of implementing it. And it's telling you stick with it. Might need to be altered a little bit, but pay attention to thoughts and ideas, because they are what? Answered prayers. Excuse my nails, guys. I had like a whole nail tragedy happen this past week. So, answered prayers. Okay, and it's funny because where else do we see prayers being heard and answered? Right here. We got some manifestation going if prayer answering isn't your jazz. This is telling you that these ideas are divinely inspired. Your new chosen career path is divinely inspired, and they want you to move forward with it. Listen to them. Make those transitions. I've cut back on my 9 to 5 with staying late there so I can work more in my nonprofit space at the Holistic Hangout and on Wayward Holistics, my for-profit. So, and I've started a blog. Again, it's not brand new. It's something I was kind of dilly-dallying in, and then I decided to just, you know, go ahead and push forward, push through my fears, and do it. And it's doing really well, and I hope you guys check it out. And it's bringing a lot of personal feelings of accomplishment. I feel like this really is just an all-around. I get a picture of the tarot card, the world, just an all-around success. I know the world is also completion, but I mean, when something's complete, you usually get rewarded for it when you do a good job. So, and this is telling you that, hey, it's going to work out. It's going to work out. Trust what we're trying to tell you. It's going to work out, and just do it. So, I initially wasn't going to do the downtown Cary Food and Flea in my area. It's a nice pop-up where shops come out, they set up, and they show off their businesses. They have great goods. It's usually great music and great food, and I hope whoever's in the area in North Carolina can come out to the downtown Cary Food and Flea. Totally free, peruse. But I was going to not do it because some other circumstances didn't line up, and then it was going to rain. I was like, you know what? It's a reason why I signed up to do that. It's a reason why I do some of the things I do. And even though some things don't turn out as a success as what you would think in your own mind, I can guarantee you that at least one personal benefit, even if it's you learning a new strategy or learning some new ideas. Wow, guys. So I'm also getting that we need to clear some of our mental space. If these ideas are going to come to us, and if we're really going to trust our intuition, we really got to clear out the unnecessary voices, clear out the unnecessary clutter, clear out, I don't like using the word unnecessary, because it feels like everything that we do is necessary on some level, but just making some mental space. If clear your space could come out, it probably would, because ideas don't come to us when we're hammering away and we just don't leave it alone, and we're not sleeping, and we're not eating, and we're not letting it breathe so that new ideas can come in. Sometimes our ideas come to us when we actually take a step back, or we focus on something else, or we give our energy towards something else, which in manifestation terms releases it and allows it to come back to us the way it's supposed to. This has been popping up too, so I'm going to show it to you guys. So whatever most of us are going through, the worst is behind us unless you're really, really stubborn. I'm one of those really, really stubborn people. Remember when I said that people were going to be like letting other people go? I just now did mine. So if I said that the really hard-headed people were at the end of January, I'm at the beginning of February, so you can imagine where I am. So it's terrible. I totally knew it. So I love seeing these two cards together, because overcoming difficulties is already like a victory in itself. Like, oh, thank God. The worst is behind me. Like, I don't have to ever go through that situation again. Once you go through something, it's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. This is telling you that the worst is now behind you and you are surmounting any previous challenges. Victory. prosperity. This is what's at the end of the road, guys. I'm hearing this is what you get after you do the work. I'm not excluded from this. I'm also doing the work. So there's still some purging going on. There's some things with twin flames right now where there's a separation, not always physical, but sometimes that emotional space or that mental space, so that you each can kind of do more work on yourselves before you're able to interact again on the best levels. Best way I can put it. I also, my sources tell me, they know who they are, that 5D and 3D, your higher self, to put it in other terms, your higher self and your like here now self need to merge. I did a blog post today called Peter Parker, which was about merging my spiritual side with my everyday side to kind of just be one person instead of living one life and living another. So, and that also, in that comes self-acceptance. I've been doing a lot of readings for people, which I do readings, guys. And a lot of people are getting things where they're resolving a lot of issues from their childhood, their past, and starting a new phase, or at least they're trying to start a new phase. They're healing from past issues with family and lots of other things going on. And in that also comes a sense of self-acceptance. And we don't accept ourselves completely if we keep a really awesome part of ourselves, like my abilities, hidden for reasons that we think people won't accept them, or will be rejected, or people will look at us funny. It happens. But guess what? I had the idea. Screw it. I'm just going to tell people. I'm not going to like walk up to strangers on the street and go, hey, guess what? I see dead people. No, we're not going to. No. We're going to gently accept ourselves and start making the transition, career and personal, just in our own divine missions as well, because that's a career to God, guys. Okay, we got higher purposes here, and merging the two. Okay, merging the physical, the flesh here, with our spiritual. No more them fighting each other. No more any of that. It's time for them to come together and for us to walk fully in who we are without worrying about the judgment that we'll get from people. It's kind of so work out. I'm just tickled, guys. I'm just tickled at these cards right now. So, it's looking really good for a lot of people, looking like it's going to be some focusing on self, career, and people deciding if the career path that they're on is one that they want to stay on, whether or not they're going to make that transition. What else do I see here? I feel like the victories come more towards the end of the month. I'm feeling late February. Sorry, guys. I have like oily skin. I told y'all I had no other makeup on. This is what happens. It's terrible. I'm feeling like these rewards do come towards the end of February. Sorry, guys. It's not going to be like that ginormous box of chocolates. I mean, you might get one, but those do not count as rewards. Those are treats. So, yeah. The work and career feels like it's earlier in the month now, which some people might be going through their reviews, their yearly things. I'm sure people getting those taxes back has everybody thinking about what we're doing with our lives. This is not about your tax return. Sorry to disappoint you. This is not what that's about. It's about life. Life rewards and abundance. Overcoming difficulties feels like it's the old things in our past, old habits, again, people, things that we didn't think really affected us, whether it be with our family and our childhood, things with friends, just all around, just realizing, wow, I had no idea that that's something I struggled with until I really sat down and I listened to what was going on. Claircognizance, guys. Clairaudience flashed itself too, but I feel like claircognizance comes up more because, you know, the angels or the universe or God or whoever you've identified with that speaks to you, they usually give you not just the answer, but a way to get to where you want to be. Sometimes we got to take like a whole nother route to get to where we want to be, because there are certain lessons and things we have to clear within ourselves before we can get to these victories, before we can get, you know, to where we're past that level of difficulty. I always compare life to a video game, you know. You're going the right way when you got some battles, and then you meet the boss, the biggest issue right at the end. Right when you're about to get to that victory, right when that flag is there, Super Mario Brothers, and you got that last turtle thingy animal, and you gotta like kill it or bop it, or I don't know what happens to them, but or in Sonic, terrible reference, sorry guys, I'm out of video game references. Sonic, and you would meet Robotnik at the end, and I could never pass a level, and I had to hand the Sega Genesis off to my sister because I couldn't beat it. Sometimes we need help. With our bosses, our last leg. It's funny I say bosses and I looked right down at career, so that might be speaking to somebody about getting past that last boss so you get to where you want to be. So that's my reading for now, guys. I will always come back when I have intuitive messages to share. Again, I'll post down my blog, and don't forget I am available for Reiki. I am a master teacher. My little degree is on the wall. Was a couple of, like, 2 of them were, one's out of the shot and one is still in the house. I do extrasensory training, if anyone's looking to hone in their psychic gifts. Yes, I am the Lady Professor X. And I am available for counseling as well. If people feel like they're going through anything or they need help with these transitions going on, I am available for that as well. So, have a great February. Have a great Valentine's Day. If I don't see you guys before then, we still have these sort of like energetic spiritual winds that are blowing through select cities, not sporadically, but in certain cities at a time. And for the 48-hour period in which that happens, people are going to get more awakenings. I did get a message that this year people will know spirit. Don't know what that means, but they will know spirit. And look, brilliant idea. Somebody's got a great idea. I hope you follow that hunch. I hope you follow your heart. And you trust yourself. And you trust that the idea is divinely inspired, even though you don't know how you'll get there. This is telling you we'll make a way. Just hang on to that dream. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. So, that's that, guys. I love you so much. I hope that everybody is living as healthily and happily as possible. If not, I hope that you're gently letting yourself go through more purges until you get to where you balance out. Have a great night, guys. Thanks for tuning in.